I'm going to replace the spotlight with you. There you go. You are all up and going.
Nice. How are you guys doing?
Woohoo!
Happy day two. Happy day. I
day
have to
two.
stop hunching forward because look, my face gets cut off. I got to remember, sit up. Hey, so I did something funny. I made the chat go separate from Zoom and now I don't know how to get it back. But this time I want to do a better job of paying attention to the chat conversation. So I'll do my best. So I wanted to let you guys know, I saw what you did. I saw you. You went on my freebies page. You signed up for my visioning masterclass. I'm super excited. So 12 of you have taken advantage of the freebies on my landing page. So don't miss out. Be sure to get those. And eight of you have signed up for the visioning masterclass. That's super awesome. It's going to be fun. It's going to help you guys get clear on your vision and where you're taking your company. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. All right. Does this look familiar? Guess what? It is the same exact PowerPoint from yesterday. I'm just kidding. I've customized it. Don't worry. We're going to cover some new stuff today. Can y'all see my screen? Okay, very good. Thank you. All right, I need to make this bigger. One moment. I want to see all of you. Yes. I always hear the ding dings. Ding, 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 ding.
I've got all the ding dings. No worries.
It's so funny when you're trying to concentrate. Sometimes it's a little tricky. All right, you guys. So this is part 2 of a 3-part series. Yesterday, I introduced you to my ultimate mind trap hack. And I have not gotten tongue-tied yet. Let's hope that stays. And we covered vision, which is a part of my 5 missing pieces, the where are we going? Today, people are dropping like flies. Don't leave. We've got good stuff coming. All right, so here's a little bit about me. For those of you, I think there are a couple of you that are on now that weren't on yesterday. So bear with us as we do a little bit of repeat, okay? So I'm Susan Fessenden, AKA Suze, never Sue. Sometimes Susie. And to my niece and nephew, Susu. So those are the only people that can get away with calling me Susu. Oh, what happened here? That's super weird. What is happening? I'm having a computer problem.
Dropped out of presentation mode.
Yeah, my whole PowerPoint went down. Sorry guys, give me a sec.
Restart PowerPoint.
It is not wanting to go. Hang tight, it's coming back.
It just needed a coffee or a wine.
Yeah, that's okay. Oh my gosh, why it has a mind of its own, you guys. I'm not touching anything. Look what it's doing. And you're seeing the behind the, oh, what is happening? All right, here we go. It's possessed with the power of the Super Suze slideshow from beginning. Here we go. Okay, so I have a background in managing small businesses and everything from nonprofits to for-profits, micro businesses, family businesses, lots of different kinds of stuff. I even worked for a few large companies and it wasn't a fit. I like having my hands in everything and being able to make a real impact on the organization. And through all of this experience, it's true that the lens in which I would see a business started through the numbers because I started in accounting. So I still have that as a deeply rooted part of how I evaluate and how I help businesses. But as time went on, I realized that the soft skills and the culture development and the organizational development stuff is what moved the numbers the most. And so my focus came off of reporting on what happened to impacting what's going to happen. And so that's really my passion, helping businesses make a profit, but also have an amazing impact. So I am here with ProfitLogics. We now offer an entire suite of business management to help businesses scale up. But my most common thing is I work with a small business for 4 months to get started. And we run through the 5 missing pieces and we build you a profit launch plan, which is my version of a mini business plan. And we work on it together over the course of 4 months so you can execute and make things happen. So that's one of the first things that I generally offer to people. All right, so just a reminder, do not forget, you got to get your freebies. Let me move this over. We've got a lot of good stuff for you guys. So the first thing is this weekly planner. This is what I was actually using on a notepad for, I don't know what, 5 years. And I finally asked my designer to go put it in a cute little planner for everyone. So there's a inspiring word or phrase of the week for all 52 weeks of the year. You can print all of it or just pages of it, whatever you want. We have the business visioning masterclass, which I'm doing next week, as well as in May, if next week doesn't work for you. Totally free. It's a short, small group session, 2 90-minute sessions. Okay, so I know you have time, and it will totally help you get clear on where you're going with your business, as well as formulating it into stages, something tangible that you can start executing upon. I think a lot of times people start their businesses just out of necessity, and they never stop to think about, where am I going with this? Where are we going, right? That is the third business question, third missing piece. You guys are also getting the Purpose Beyond Profit workbook. This is 19 pages. We're going to actually go over this today. So this is part of the work that we're going to do today, and you'll have the workbook to then go and fully work through it on your own if you want to. And I'm also throwing in the core values one, because core values that are meaningful and powerful have a massive impact on your bottom line. We're not talking about core values that you slap out there into the world as like some marketing thing. Real, legit core values that everyone in the organization is living and breathing day in and day out. Okay. And then I have a list of my favorite things, like Oprah's list. Okay, it's not like Oprah's list, but it is a list of some of my favorite resources and tools, some free, some that are really inexpensive, but our go-to stuff is all listed there. Okay, so don't forget to get your freebies. And for those of you who end up watching all 3 of my talks, so I see like half of you at least from yesterday already, Diane and Susan and Susie and Jill. I said your name right. And Meg and Becky and Erica, quite a few of you are back again today from yesterday for me. For those of you who come and suffer through all 3 of my talks, you get entered to win a 3-pack of sessions with me. And we can get a lot done in 3 sessions. They're usually 60 to 90 minutes. We can dive right in and see what's going on with your business and see what it's going to take to get it going. So yesterday we handled vision. Today we're going to hit purpose, which is part of the first business question, the first missing piece. Who are we? The identity of the business. This is often missing. So let's do a quick recap of the 5 missing pieces. It's who are we? What do we do? Where the heck are we going? How do we get there? And are we on track? Okay, those are the pieces that I have seen missing from companies over 25 years of doing this work within them, you know, like behind the scenes, right? Seeing what's really going on in these companies. All right, so quick review. I told you guys I wouldn't go over every little thing that we went over yesterday, but for those of you who didn't catch yesterday, so the first missing piece is who are we? This is all about your identity. Companies are missing big gaps in their identity of their business, okay? And it's not just a mission statement, okay? What I like to call it is the purpose beyond profit. It's your purpose statement. It's like a mission statement on steroids. And that's why we're going to dig into that later today. Your core values, real and meaningful ones, knowing your target market, of course, but an oldie and a goodie from Business 101. Yes, a SWOT analysis. SWOT analysis is a great activity for every single business to do, help you understand your strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. And then you don't stop there. You then take those and determine how you are going to mitigate the threats and weaknesses, and how you're going to leverage your strengths and opportunities. Knowing your competition and doing intentional branding. We're not talking about DIY stuff. We're not talking about going on Fiverr and getting a logo thrown together, okay? A consistent, beautiful brand that represents your whole business and what you care about, okay? The second one, what do we do? This is your offering, making sure that your offering is very clear within your purpose and your core values, making sure that you're leveraging that whole piece, all the pieces of identity, and making sure you're not so niched in that you're missing opportunities and not trying to be everything to everyone and then running yourself ragged. Where are we going? This is all about the vision. We talked about this one yesterday. So this includes everything from what's your end goal, which most people don't even think about when they're starting a small business. Where are they going with the business? What's your end game? So I came up with these 4 L's. Most people fit in one of these categories. Are you creating a legacy? Are you going to pass it on to your kids or family? Are you looking for a liquidity event? You're going to sell it, do an M&A activity. Is this a lifestyle business that's just there to support you to live the lifestyle that you need, like basic support? Or are you a lifer and you're going to grow it because it's fun, but you don't see yourself ever doing anything else? That's sort of me, right? So what does it look and feel like? And it actually incorporates your dreams, okay? So you take your dreams and the fluffy stuff and the woo stuff, and then you get really specific, and then you build ridiculously rigorous projections, okay? You got to have the data to follow it up. All right, how do we get there? This is all about the execution piece, all that back office stuff that most of us hate. This is where I spent most of my career, doing this stuff for small businesses. So structure, compliance, ops and procedures, etc. And finally, are we on track? Lots of solopreneurs, micro businesses, small businesses struggle and don't have good accountability in place. And as businesses scale, they also fail to have their accountability systems kind of match the scale in which they're at, right? So once you bring on employees, how are you going to evaluate them? How are you going to see if everyone's on the same page? How are you going to, see if people are reaching the goals and milestones of the company? So it includes, in later phases, things like KPIs, performance management systems, and more rigorous accountability tools. But even in the beginning, you can implement accountability in your business right now for free. I use Asana, set it up with all my clients, and they're still using it today and relying on it. That in your calendaring and time allocation, it's totally doable. Okay. All right. So that was a quick overview of the 5 missing pieces. Who are we? What do we do? Where are we going? How do we get there? Are we on track? Okay. It's that simple. Anyone can grow a business successfully if you spend some time developing each of those areas of your business. Okay. Okay. So the whole summit is about mindset. And as I told people yesterday, I'm not that much of a big talker on mindset. It's an important component, but to me, it's not the whole picture. I think that mindset without strategy is a waste of energy, right? I'm really about the strategy and the nuts and bolts of running a business, growing a strong business. But without a good mindset and the right mindset, you're not going to be as effective. So I do see a role of mindset. And, I told you guys a story yesterday about, when I first learned the term limiting beliefs, I didn't like it because it made it sound like it's something fake. Made it seem like it's something that's not real. They're totally real. It's just that sometimes what you're actually going through is rooted in something that you can actually resolve. So they're typically rooted from falsehoods, scarcity, a place of fear, or a lack of information. And that is how we came up with the mind trap hack. Do you guys remember it? I see a couple of people. It's HACK, right? For hack, mind trap hack. The H is honest, A, abundant, C, courage, K, knowledge. I'm proud of myself. I remembered. Here we go. H, are you really being honest with yourself? 100%. Is what this limiting belief, this mind trap, is it 100% true? A, is this abundance speaking or is this scarcity speaking in your mind when you're evaluating whatever this mind trap, limiting belief is, right? We've got the C for courage. Are you coming from a place of courage or fear? Is it fear-based? Is fear running your thoughts and actions? And K, knowledge. Do you have all the knowledge and information you need to really be clear on what's involved with something? Okay, that's the ultimate mind trap hack. Woo, I said it fast. Didn't mess it up. Proud of myself. HACK. So we are going to do a similar exercise that we did yesterday. Only today we're going to do it with relation to your purpose. You know, I still don't have the chat back. Hold on. Let me change my view for a minute. I miss seeing some of the chat stuff. There we go. Oh, I see a wahoo and a yes, and a strategy creates direction for that awesome mindset. Yeah. Yeah. It's kind of a waste if you only spend time on one or the other, right? Absolutely. Good stuff. Okay. So we're going to do a similar exercise today, only we're going to talk about purpose beyond profit. Okay. So we're going to test the mind trap hack, HACK, to see if it still works, right? Because I just came up with it. And I want you guys to do some inquiry work. And again, this is all about the first missing piece. Who are we? Identity. So think for a few minutes, scribble some thoughts down that come to you when I read the following things. Here's your first one. You can start building your company culture now, even as a solopreneur. What comes to mind? Any mind traps, any limiting beliefs, any negative thoughts, any resistance and pushback when I say this to you about your business? Next one. Like wearing your heart on your sleeve. You should wear your heart on your business. Does that sound familiar? Who said that yesterday? Who said that yesterday? That was the awesome Katarina Rando. Remember? I decided to quote her in here because she's amazeballs. And I loved it. Okay. But when you hear that, do you cringe? Are you like, I don't want to wear my heart on my business? That seems a little uncomfortable. I don't know if I want to be my whole self. I don't know if I want to show how people are affecting me. If there's a vulnerability to it, right? So write down what comes to mind, any negative thoughts, any limiting beliefs related to her amazing thing that she said yesterday. Hopefully I'm not misquoting her. I think it's pretty close. All right, one more. Your business would grow faster, stronger, and have a larger impact, you guys, with a strong sense of identity. And that comes from adopting a higher purpose, meaningful core values, and a thriving culture. Does anything negative come up for you when I say that? Any resistance, any pushback, any like, oh God, that sounds like a lot. Oh, all right, one more. People don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it. And what you do simply proves what you believe. I think you know who said this one too, because I talked about him yesterday. When you hear that and read that, what's your reaction? Are you like, that's bullshit? Are you like, that can be true? Like, what do you really think about that? Write down your thoughts. That's our friend Simon Sinek. One more. To be truly successful, companies need to have a corporate mission that is bigger than making a profit. What? What could be more important than making a profit? Come on. What comes to mind when you read that? Who do you think said this? Do you think a hippie said this? Some woo-woo person? This dude was the CEO of Salesforce. This is serious stuff here. I didn't make it up. I didn't make up purpose beyond profit. I mean, I am trademarking that phrase, but I didn't come up with the concept of purpose beyond profit. The big companies have been leveraging this, you guys, for years and years and years, and it works. Not only is it meaningful and the right thing to do, but it leads to profit and growth. When you're surrounded by people who share a passionate commitment around a common purpose, anything is possible. What? Who is saying that fluffy stuff? Could this be business person? I don't know. What's coming up? Any resistance to this? When you read this, do you believe it for your business? When it comes to business, you know, in the trenches of your business, when you see that cash flow is dwindling down to nothing and you don't even know how you're going to pay your overhead and you're stuck with your sales and you don't know how to get more customers. That is the guy from Starbucks. Okay, so this stuff really does work. Works for small businesses and big ones. This is from me. This is something I want to tell you. Your business is going to have a ripple effect. It's going to have an impact on your community, all the stakeholders. You guys understand what stakeholders are? That's pretty much anyone who can be possibly touched or affected by your business. That's your employees, that's your vendors, that's your customers, that's your community. It's, you know, everyone that's involved. Shareholders can be a stakeholder too, of course. Your business has a ripple effect, whether you like it or not. So why would you not be intentional about creating what that ripple effect is? So for instance, when I think of this, I think of Walmart. Walmart has a massive ripple effect on communities and small businesses, right? Massive. So you can choose to grow and scale your business and make sure that your impact is intentional, and they did. Their intention is to be everywhere, smash all the small guys, and, you know, win, and that's okay. But you can choose different. So when you think about this, does anything negative come up for you? Any limiting beliefs, any mindset stuff? All right, so you know what's coming up next. We're going to play around, see if that hack works. I did find that the hack is a little more gray when it comes to these purpose conversations than it was yesterday when we did the visioning stuff. So let's play with this one. I don't have a bigger purpose. The purpose of my business is to make money, honey. I've heard this many times. I get it. Let's see what else we have. I don't have time to investing this woo culture stuff. Who cares about company culture? I'm trying to survive and grow my business. Get it? I get it. I'm just a solopreneur. I don't need to worry about culture. My bigger purpose is just to provide for my kids and family. At least half of my clients start there. At least half, you guys. We start doing the 5 missing pieces work. We start building the profit launch plan. And when we dig into purpose, which is actually one of the first things that we work on, because we have to identify that bigger purpose first before we can even start planning the rest of the business. Over half of them start with, well, I'm just trying to provide for my family. That's your whole purpose, really? There's more. There's a bigger impact. There's a bigger ripple effect that your business is having. And even if you say, fine, let's say that's true, that your only purpose is to provide for your kids and family. What's the ripple effect of that? What happens when those kids have a stable home because their parents provided for them? Not like mine. What happens when those kids see their mom or dad thriving, doing something they love and that they're passionate about? They also become whole people, okay? There's a ripple effect within your purpose, no matter how narrow your purpose may seem. I'm just a small business owner. I don't make that much of an impact. Bullshit. All right, so let's try the hack. Let's try applying the HACK. See if any of these work. I found it was, like I said, it's a little squishier this time around. I don't have a bigger purpose. I just want to make money. So the first is are you being honest? Is this completely true? It might seem that way, you know, from the surface, but in my work with people, there's always more. And most of the time, they just didn't see it. They didn't see it, or they wanted a bigger purpose, but maybe they didn't feel like they could jump into that, right? A, is this abundance or scarcity talking? It's hard to know on this one a little bit. I think it's an interesting inquiry. Is this courage or fear-based? Again, a little gray, but do you have the knowledge or info you need? Definitely not. Most people want something more in their life if you really dig deeper. I'm looking at comments, All right, let's try another one. I don't have time to work on culture development. This sounds a lot like the one from yesterday. I don't have time to grow my business. Are you being honest? Is this true? Probably freaking not. Is this abundance or scarcity? Sounds like scarcity of time mindset. Is this courage or fear-based? Depends on the situation, I think. Does this person have the knowledge or info? Probably not. They probably don't realize how easy it is to start building a strong culture in their business from the very beginning, right? All right. I think we can do one more. I don't really care to make a bigger impact. They being honest? Is this true? I don't think it's generally true. I think it might be easy to say that when someone's maybe in survival mode, you know, and I can relate because I've been in survival mode multiple times in my life. When you're in survival mode, you do not have the capacity to give a shit about things bigger than you most of the time, right? You're just like in the trenches trying to get through. So it makes sense. Abundance or scarcity? Definitely scarcity. Is this courage or fear? I don't see a lot of courage in that, right? But there is a courage in surviving, but I think you know what I mean. Do you have the knowledge? No. All right. So we tried the hack. You guys should still play around with these. See how the hack works for you with your mindset issues. I really had fun. I had people reach out to me, leave me comments and say that they tried the mind trap hack out with a couple things they were going through and it actually helped them. I was like, yeah, that's awesome. So that makes me really happy. Okay. So are you guys ready to figure out how to build your own purpose beyond profit and see the impact of your business? Let me see. Can I see everybody? Hold on. I gotta go bigger. Bigger. Okay. All right, I can see you all. All right, so this is one of your freebies, you guys. But I have found it works better to not do it totally on your own. And that's why I'm going to spend some time doing it today. So that way, when you do play with the workbook, you kind of know how it's supposed to work. All right. Hello. Need my link to work. There we go. All right. So here's your workbook. Purpose beyond profit. Okay. So the goal is basically in this process to up level that mission statement of yours. And a lot of companies now don't even have a mission statement. They only have a purpose statement. So you might as well get on the bandwagon. It's okay to have both. So the mission statement is usually pretty basic, talks about what you do, how you do, who you do it for. Okay. But the purpose statement is where the power comes, is where the impact comes, and where you gain momentum from doing this work. Okay. So there are a couple of good examples in here of what very large companies think about this topic. And it's surprising, right? Like some of those quotes probably surprised you that, you know, this guy from Salesforce, you know, massive organization gives a crap about purpose that's beyond profit. But it's true. It really does work on multiple levels. So a lot of times, this is a side note. So just like all of you, I am out there learning as I go about how to get you all interested in my stuff, right? So I'm trying out different messaging. I'm, you know, trying out different things. I'm 45, so I'm not a millennial. I'm not like the social media rock star. So I've tried a couple of different things. And what I have found has been most successful in getting people to take a look at this purpose beyond profit is promoting it, saying you can get fanatical customers and loyal, engaged employees by leveraging your purpose. And that one hit, that one worked. Now people want it, right? But it's true. Sorry, I just got nervous. I saw my sister joined. Hey, sis, you're half an hour late. You missed all the good stuff. Now I'm going to be nervous. All right. So when you guys are working through this, please go slow and read through these different quotes, because I think they're going to inspire you. I think they're going to be exciting to read what other companies have done with their purpose statements and how they're leveraging their impact. Okay. Now let's talk about how this works. So basically, you're going to start with your mission statement, which you should have. Most people have something, right? Which is, what do you do, who you do it for, and how you do it, generally speaking. Okay. And you break this apart into what the impact concepts are. So when you guys see this blue writing, obviously that's not really my handwriting, but I had my designer make it look like handwriting because I wanted you guys to know this was my actual process for ProfitLogics and how ProfitLogics came up with their own purpose beyond profit statement. So I had two main impact concepts originally when I started my business in my mission statement. It was that I wanted to help businesses create a thriving culture and, oh, hold on, and a solid business foundation. Okay, so those are two impact statements that I took from my mission statement. And then I started working through on these worksheets. Okay, so let's take the first one, thriving culture. What does it actually look like? And so I did some brainstorming, and I want you to do the same too. What does it look like when a company has a thriving culture? There's a shared vision and values among the team. And when the company wins, the employees win. This was always very important to me in the companies I work for. A thriving culture means it's diverse, collaborative, people are engaged, motivated, highly profitable and efficient, and the customers are happy. And who is impacted? List your stakeholders that are impacted, and then how. Here's where you pull out that piece from your mission statement. Okay. So I did this with both of my impact concepts from my mission statement. My next one was solid business foundation. What does it look like? Who's impacted? How did you make this happen? And then guess what you get to do? How cute is that? You get to peel an onion. I had the funnest time telling my designer what I wanted. I'm like, no, I want it to look like an onion that's getting peeled. And so literally, oh, it was really, it took us, oh my God, so many back and forth of me trying to explain. I'm like, no. and he came up with this. I love it. Okay. So you start when you're, and you can print out your workbook. Okay. Those last pages are where you do your work. Okay. So you print out your little onion and you start with that first impact concept again, thriving culture. And then I want you to ask yourself, why the heck does that even matter? What's the point? Why does it matter? What's the impact? And so if you look at that top layer, I said, well, a thriving culture creates an environment for innovation and creativity, blah, 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 blah. Just a thought process, right? And then I had to ask myself again, well, why does that matter? Who cares? Like, who cares? Why does it matter? And so I went again to the next section. Well, when those things happen, if you have faster growth and profit and wins for all involved, well, who cares? Why? Why does that matter? Go deeper. So you're peeling the onion deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper through each of these reasons that it matters. And I got to the center of the onion and I was like, so innovation, which comes from a thriving culture, plus economic growth, which comes from a thriving culture, also leads to social responsibility programs in companies, right? When companies stop surviving and they start thriving, right? And they have capacity and they can contribute to their communities and start giving back. You can have volunteer programs, you can donate, all of these things, right? So thriving cultures lead to innovation, economic growth, plus giving back to their communities, their local economies, all of that. And that helps everybody in the community. So I was able to play around with this process to go from a very sort of vanilla mission statement, pulling out the impact concept, and really driving, peeling the onion of why it matters and what the actual impact is. And then I did it again with what happens when there's a strong business foundation. Same thing, each step along the way saying, okay, companies can grow faster without their wheels falling off with a solid foundation. Yeah, that's totally true. I've said it a million times. Why does it matter? Because if they don't, they fail. Breaks my heart. Why does that matter? Because then the employees lose their job and the economy is hurt and blah, 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 blah. So I get to the middle of my onion again. And I'm like, so solid companies become stable enough to give back. And so do their employees. Oh my God, it sounds like the other one. Did you notice that? The center of this one talks about, hey, when there's a thriving culture in a company, it can lead to a stronger sense of global economy and community. And a solid business foundation, what? It leads to a very similar type of impact. Solid companies become stable enough to give back, and so do their employees. So in doing this process, I realized that my real impact is to communities and to everybody with my little business. And that my little business, I have the ability to make a ripple effect. And so does yours. So does yours. I don't care what your business is. You have a ripple effect. And it can have one all by itself, or you can be intentional about it. And so working through this process helps you create what your purpose beyond profit statement is. And so when I got done, then you come to the step 3 and you sort of reorganize all your thoughts. Take a day. Don't do this all in one process, because it's sort of like it's an inquiry, right, about what's really important. So then you come back, and I kind of put these back, and I took the inner layers of the onion and put them in here to elevate the lives of all stakeholders, which has a positive impact from the community. And the other one says, so companies can grow into organizations that make a larger impact. And I did one more layer. Business done right leads to greater good. It's not just about me. It's not about making money for me. It's not just about helping the businesses I'm helping. It's about helping every single person that is involved in that business, their families, their employees, their vendors, their communities, all of it, ripple effect. So what I came up with in the end, you'll see it on my website, is I took a couple days doing this. And what I came up with, that my purpose is elevating business to its higher purpose. And for me, that means helping all of you realize that your small business, no matter how big or small, has this ripple effect. And you can guide it. You can be intentional about what that ripple effect is going to be. And you can have a purpose-driven business that is highly profitable, highly efficient, money-making machine, no guilt. You can win, and you can help others along the way. Okay. All right. So when you work on the e-workbook, you know, I'm always available. So if you get stuck, you want a little help finishing it off, just reach out. Okay. Let me close this. And that is what we're covering today. So, hey, my sister missed the first part. So I'm going to do just for my sister. Say hi, Jen.
Hi, Jen.
She's probably working. It's nice of her to be here. She's my big sister. She's brilliant. All right. So this is the ultimate mind trap hack, sis. So anytime you're stuck with a limiting belief or a mind trap, try applying HACK, asking yourself these questions and be an inquiry about it, and see if that gives you enough to then move out of that negative space. All right. So you guys got a sneak peek at the Purpose Beyond Profit. I would like to open it up for feedback and questions. See what you guys think about this. I am here. last time I didn't spend any time like, sharing an offer or anything like that. But, you guys can all go to ProfitLogics.com. We have a new list of offerings where I can do one-on-one strategy sessions for 4 months, or we customize something for you. I really, I care more about the impact than the money. So ask for what you need. Okay. And we can even manage your entire business for you, your entire back office, so you can do what you're good at. So we have a whole team that can support you with, with what you're doing to grow your business. All right. Okay. Questions, thoughts. I guess I should review the chat too. Haley, help me. Haley, help.
Here. Yeah, Tish said no tears with this onion.
You might end up with some tears. You know what? I have a story. So I worked someone through that. You know what she told me? I'm just a mom. I've spent the last 20 years of my life just being a mom. And I'm like, okay, so maybe that's your purpose. What's wrong with that? That's a beautiful thing. I can't imagine I don't think there's anything more important in the whole wide world. I'm not, I didn't choose to bring children here, but it's a beautiful thing. And, anyway, so we kept working through it, and we did come up with a bigger purpose. And she found that she also, beyond capacity for having purpose as a mom, had capacity for helping small businesses with their creative roadblocks. And there were tears. And it was beautiful. So yes, guys, I can't tell you there'll be no tears with this peeling the onion. Sometimes there are tears, and beautiful tears.
Absolutely. Lay says the skills you've learned being a mom is so important. And Josephine says, I wrote an addition to my mission statement and added the words ripple effect in regard to the impact my work will have on the greater community.
Nice. Nice.
I was being goofy and I said this little business of mine, I'm going to let it shine.
Oh, cute. I like it. I like it. I like it. All right, you guys, you can unmute. Ask me anything.
Yeah, PJ made a comment. I'm the first in my family to ever climb out of the survival mindset. I still have a long journey ahead, but progress is growing every day. So.
I get it. I've been there. I spent most of my life in that mode, most of my life. And I will tell you, PJ and everybody else, I think I was probably suffering from some pretty serious depression most of my life that I didn't really realize that came from, that survival mode, relationship with money, plus processing any baggage. We all have some baggage, right? And I honestly did not believe that my life could be this good. I didn't. There was no reason for me to believe that it could be this good, because everything I'd been shown prior was nothing but disappointments and letdowns and my own failures. I mean, I failed a lot too. I dropped out of everything I started. My sister can tell you. I like everything I started, I didn't finish. I was like, really, I was quite the mess. It took me a long time to unravel my relationship with money, my relationship with myself, my own self-confidence. Finally put myself through college later and got through that, but that was not easy. And I thought then I would be done working on myself. No, but I'm happy for you, PJ. You've got lots of good things coming. Yeah, I wish I had known. I wish I had known that my life would be this good. Just even like, I just wish I had had the faith and known, because life is amazing and I'm feeling super grateful these days. And things aren't perfect. I mean, things aren't perfect. There are a lot of things wrong, but darn grateful. Okay, so we're almost out of time. I just want to make sure that if anyone wants to ask something that they can.
Do you have any questions? If not, we're going to move into our next section here.
Are you doing another breakout room, Haley?
I am going to do another breakout room.
Okay.
So thank you, Susan.
Thank you.
incredibly impactful.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
It was an amazing presentation. I, want everybody to give Susan a round of applause. This is incredibly deep stuff. It's not just like the mindset pieces. This is like the deep, like going deep, digging, mining into your business and like pulling and working on the guts.
Yeah.
It yields the beautiful results. I mean, it's that planting the seeds and, figuring out where it's going to grow from that is so important. So thank you for another amazing presentation. I can't wait for people to get your super deluxe freebie download and sign up for the masterclass and do all of the amazing things. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. This is going to have a massive impact on people's lives and businesses.